Canada and throughout the Commonwealth. And here in Canada, this was a very tangible way to celebrate the Queen's reign for 60 years, and also to recognize Canadians who have made a significant contribution to perhaps organizations that they're affiliated with, but more importantly, to our country and to the communities in which they live and work every day. You'll see that there are 60,000 Canadians who will be recognized and have been recognized throughout the course of this calendar year in 2012. And it concludes in a couple of weeks' time with a function at Roy Thompson Hall on February the 6th, where the Lieutenant Governor has invited all the recipients of the Diamond Jubilee Medal in the province of Ontario to the final event, if you will, where he will present a number of awards that night, and that will conclude the year, the Diamond Jubilee.
You're a very distinguished looking group even without medals. Did you realize that? It might be something to do with the room in which we find ourselves and the beautiful opportunity that we're having here this evening. My suspicion would be that those who are receiving medals tonight, like many others who have received them, have a curiosity about why they've been deemed worthy for such distinction. Most of you will say, and some of you have said to me tonight, I've just been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And we acknowledge that, and I appreciate that humility towards something like this. But I think I would want to push back a little bit and say that there's a person behind every good effort. There's a person behind every community service that's offered. There's a person behind leadership that's given in our communities and beyond. And tonight, as we share here, I wish to honor all the recipients and to acknowledge in front of your friends and family the distinguished reality which we share here tonight, and the fact that this is linked some way to the Salvation Army. And I realize, as a territorial leader representing Canada and Bermuda, that there are people across our land, countless numbers, who have been singled out because of their connection with and their work through and on behalf of many through the Salvation Army. And I'm delighted that that's the case, and delighted that we can share in this way here tonight.
Category of humanitarian aid. As a Salvation Army officer, Captain Farr is a passionate advocate for the marginalized. He is also an inner-city practitioner dedicated to serving the poor in Toronto through the Salvation Army Warehouse Mission. He truly believes whatever you did for one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Auxiliary Captain Ron Farr.
And I heard and read that word not too long ago again in 1 Kings chapter 9, verses 4 and 5. And it says, "As for you, if you walk before me in integrity of heart and uprightness, as David your father did, and do all I command, and observe my decrees and laws, I will establish your royal throne over Israel forever." This is a reference, of course, to the second appearance of God to Solomon. And it was also a reference to Solomon's many achievements. But the main theme of that story, which we're not going to discuss together this evening, is the need to be focused on obedience and to be diligent in life and in work. Now, we all have responsibilities and duties and obligations to every person that we know, just not these men and women here who are before us who have received this citation. but all of us in this room. For we do not live on an island isolated from other people. And even if we were isolated, we would still have a responsibility and a duty and obligations to provide for our own survival as well. When I consider duties and obligations and responsibilities, those are three words that often are negatively viewed in our world today. However, they are required for the successful survival of society and humanity. We have a duty and a responsibility to be friendly and to be kind to everyone that we know. We have the obligation to cultivate friendliness and kindness within our society, within our communities, within our workplaces, our schools, within our families, within the halls of justice and government. And when considering our workplaces, look at our obligation to be good employees, to be good leaders, working hard and diligently, giving a fair day's work for a full day's wages. And in our schools, teachers and students alike have responsibilities and duties to fulfill. And within our families, think about the duties, the obligation of every family member to be faithful, to be loyal, to be kind, supportive, and loving, so to contribute to not only building strong families, but also to contribute to building strong societies and communities. I'm sure everyone in this room this evening would like to think that we are good. We would like other people to think that we are good, fulfilling our responsibilities, our obligations as good citizens of the country in which we live. And as people of faith, we are mindful that we have a dual citizenship, do we not? We are obligated to be good citizens of both earth and heaven. The simple question is this: how do we do this? And the simple response is this: we love God with all our heart, mind, and soul, and we love our neighbors as ourselves. This evening is about recognition. And we don't often like that. It makes us feel a little uncomfortable. But it is nevertheless about recognition of being productive contributors to our country of Canada, knowing full well that we're giving our best to God, our Creator, and that we live our lives as unto Him, as good citizens of this wonderful country of Canada. Allow me to have a word of prayer together.
We're going to invite everybody to stay for a reception in a few moments and some conversation. We are going to invite all of our recipients, if you could just step forward. We are going to have a formal picture taken as a group to commemorate tonight in addition to the individual photos that were taken. Hopefully, as we have moved through this program this evening, words that the Commissioner shared, words that the Colonel shared, and the introductions, perhaps you now have a better understanding of how everyone received the award, and more importantly, how they were nominated and the process that they went through. And if you would like any more information relative to that, we'd be happy to chat with you during the reception. So thank you very much for coming tonight. Enjoy the reception, the conversation, and good evening, and God bless you.